On this particular video, we are talking about this video that came out, and a pastor was rebuking a spiritual son of his in his church, or one of his junior pastors, if you are not one of those ones who believe in spiritualisms, spiritual fatherhoodings. Okay, so they were actually, he was rebuking one of the junior pastors in his church, who was, I think he wanted to start off his own ministry or something like that. And I thought the interaction was quite interesting. I'll play you the video and I'll be back in a second.
If you're not careful, you're gonna blow it. If you're not careful, you're going to blow it. If you're not careful, you're gonna 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 blow it. Get in place. Get in position. This is about being a servant. Your spirit has to change. I told you months ago that this next season was going to be the hardest season of your life, and you fumbled the ball 3 times. And I told you specifically what this season was, and if you're not careful, you're gonna blow it. I don't care who prophesied to you. I'm your pastor. I don't care who tell you X, Y, and Z. I know you by the Spirit. I know your shortcomings. I know what you don't do in this church. I know what you do in this church. Nobody outside this church knows, and you can tell them I said it. You can tell any pastor, you can tell your cousin, you can tell anybody. I'm your pastor, and I don't care what they tell you. If you don't get yourself together and do what you're supposed to do in this house, everything that God has promised over your life is subject to be aborted. Get yourself together. Get in place before you blow it. Not just for you, but for your family. Get yourself together, Bree. Pick up the vacuum. Clean the bathroom. You're not above the work. If I did it, you got to do it. Get yourself together. Titles without service are empty pieces of paper. They have no value because it's service which gives the title to push. Do you hear me, son? Get yourself together. You operating in the wrong spirit. I don't like it. You're operating in the wrong spirit. I don't like it. This spirit that you're in is not from God. God don't operate like that. Get yourself together and be Bree. Come here. Lift your hands. You have no reason to be angry, to be upset. Because if I gave you the keys, you would blow it. You don't even know how to turn on a system. If I gave you the keys, you ain't tried to learn nothing. If I gave you the keys to any church, you will blow it because you don't know how to do nothing. All you want to do, son, is preach. And preaching is less than 10% of pastoring. You got to learn how to do the work. And stop worrying about them. You got to do the work. Because without work, you know why a lot of pastors fail? They ain't got no service. They ain't put in no work. I can give you the money right now. You want to go out there and do it on your own? I'll give you $20,000 tomorrow. You go out there, you find you a building, you go get you a sound system, you go pay your rent, and after you do that, you have nothing. And I guarantee you in 6 months, you're going to come right back up here broken. And I'll give you what I started. I'll give you what nobody gave me when I started. And I'm telling you to your face, you're going to fail because you ain't putting in enough work. And I don't care who prophesied to you. Without work, prophecy is null and void. And if anybody in this church is contrary to what I'm saying to him, you get the hell up out of here because you of the devil. If you want to contest what I'm telling to my son, let this be your last time coming in this church. You're gonna let people mess you up. And I'm telling you to your face, this right here is my last time with you. You understand? The next time, it won't be no, I'm thinking about leaving, I'm gonna give you papers. I'm gonna give you papers. I'm telling you to your face in front of everybody. And had nobody came and told me nothing. I'm telling you what God is saying.
For me, there is a tone. Maybe there is, it's not done well. Maybe you might think it's not done well. You might think it's done well. You might, y'all tell me down in the comment section. But I thought one thing was quite interesting. This can be done the wrong way. It can be done the right way. Like the way he's doing it, you can see it as the right way of saying, you know what, someone is advising you and they're advising you badly. Stop listening to that. You can go and do that, but you will have problems where you're going. You know, so that can be right. But then on the other hand, that can be done wrongly when it is now kind of like the way the pastor handles every single situation, which kind of separates the individual, like the individual aspect of people's lives, where the pastor wants to dictate every single thing that people do. Like I once stated, my pastor at one point would not let me do like ministry stuff. Like if I say I wanted to do evangelism, he would say, no, you are small, you are what, you know, like, we say all those kind of things. And if I went and I got a book that he didn't know, I remember one time I bought one particular book, he took it. Because he said, no, you can't be reading this kind of things and what. And I just never understood. So if I'm reading things that might mature me because you didn't recommend the material, it's bad, but you want me to be reading your church notes and all that jazz. Anyways, and so if it's done in that tone, it's bad because the person only grows as far as his spiritual fatherhoodings, as far as he went. So your growth is dependent on another person dictating for you. You know, I was with another person that I've known for years. Some time ago, and not even long, I think about 2-3 weeks back. And we were talking about, you know, I was in this church when I got born again, and, you know, like the whole 9 chairs. And one of the pastors said to me, oh, why did you leave? You know? I was like, no, just growth-wise, you know? And he was like, no, they go and they have to come back. So it was fascinating to me that he thought I had gotten disappointed by what I found out there, so I came back to his church. It was funny that he thought that way about that particular situation. But that's why I say it could be done the right way, it could be done the wrong way. And so I'm left at a blank here. Okay? I'm gonna leave this video at a blank. Which do you think this one is?